to talk about Marathon's numbers and how it's just not doing good and all that stuff. And me personally, I just don't really give a shit. But I will talk about this because this is very interesting information that I think a lot of people should take a look at, especially people that are trying to convince everybody else that this game is doing just magic numbers. It's amazing how games like this, they always get the same kind of defenders. And you can even argue and say they get the same kind of haters too. But they get the same kind of defenders every single time, which is don't believe your eyes. Don't believe what you're hearing with your ears. Don't believe anything that you're seeing about this video game. None of it's true. The game is super successful because I want it to be successful. The game is doing amazing because I think it's doing amazing. And everybody that says otherwise is just a grifting chud who is trying to bait you with engagement, blah, 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 whatever. It's the same story every single time. But the problem with these stories is that they only last so long because eventually the truth is going to come out, right? These are public companies. Public companies have public records. And eventually what happens is they're going to have an investors call. They're going to have some sort of earnings call. They're going to have something along those lines. And also, too, not only that, these companies have a lot of leakers, right? Nintendo's dealing with a lot of leakers. Sony has a lot of leakers. They got a lot of leakers, all right? So with all that being said, there's new information that's out right now. And again, I want you to take it with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, until it's confirmed, it doesn't really mean anything. But it does kind of paint the picture that we've all been seeing regarding Marathon because there has been no doubt that Marathon costs hundreds of millions of dollars to make. There's no doubt about it, right? Because you can look at the history of live service video games from Sony. You can see what Concord costs, right? Just Concord costs estimated up to $400 million. All right, it's a disgusting amount of money. The amount of money that Sony throws at live service video games, I guarantee you the budget for live service is a lot harder than the budget for, a lot higher than the budget for single player video games under the same umbrella. So if a company that works under Sony were to approach them to make two video games, one is a live service video game and one is a single player video game, which one do you think is going to have the higher budget given to them by Sony? It is going to be the live service video game. 10 out of 10 times. It's going to be the live service game. They're going to have the higher budget. They're going to have more money thrown at it. Guaranteed. They're not throwing this kind of money around at single player video games. And if they do, they have to be massive franchises like Spider-Man, for example. Right? So $200 million is what Paul Tassi is saying. Now, according to Paul Tassi and according to his insiders, it could go up to about $250 million. And that is not with any marketing or anything like that, obviously. So the numbers are insane for Marathon. Now, this brings us to the conversation of, well, this kind of just proves that Marathon isn't doing well. As much as you want it to do well, just like with Dragon Age Veilguard, it is so funny. It's so funny that the numbers are nearly identical, and we are almost in the same exact scenario where, for example, Marathon hit an all-time concurrent of 88,337, right? Dragon Age the Veilguard hit an all-time concurrent of 89,418. And this game was cost more money, by the way. And I kept telling people, like, you cannot look at 88,000 with a blanket eye, right? 88,000 is not the same for every game. It's not valued the same for every video game. 88,000 concurrent players, which is probably a few 100,000 concurrent players at any given time. That is not the same. It's not valued the same. Number one, the game is cheaper. It's $40. Number two, it's a live service video game. So it actually requires consistent high playership in order for it to be successful or to even have a chance. And number two, the budgets are vastly different. Right? If you have an indie video game do 88,000 concurrent players and it had a budget of like $1 million, obviously that's going to mean a hell of a lot more than a video game with a $400 million budget hitting 88,000 concurrent players. But the thing is, on the internet, when people go to defend these games, they don't want to have that conversation. They never look at it from that point of view. They just want to talk about it disingenuously and say, well, that's a great number. What are you going to say? It's a failure? I've seen some people say that if a game hits 1 million copies, there's no way it's a failure. I've seen that with multiple games that have been proven to be failures. There are people that said Dragon Age: The Veilguard hit 1 million copies. There's no way it's a failure. Eat it, chuds. Star Wars Outlaws hit 1 million copies. There's no way it's a failure. Eat it, chuds. Marathon hit 1 million copies. There's no way it's a failure. Eat it, chuds. Same thing over and over and over again, dude. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? It doesn't take much to understand what's really going on here. And I understand there are people out there that want this game to win. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I want you to be happy. I want you to enjoy this game. I don't give a fuck. I don't track this game's progress like other people do. I don't care. But I will talk about it once we know a little bit more about what the potential budget was, because then it kind of paints the picture of what we talk about all the time, which is live service video games, the amount of money that Sony especially is wasting on live service games. And they're going to consistently say, well, that's where the money is. Okay. It doesn't seem that way, because the money that you guys have been losing on live service video games, I got to be honest with you, I feel like it is far outweighing the amount of money that you're making on live service video games. Even with the success of Helldivers 2, I got to imagine that you guys have lost way more money in that, in the 8 canceled video games that you canceled that were live service video games, and then the video games that have released that have flopped, especially Concurrent, for example. You guys have been losing money left and right. And now you're going to be adding Marathon to this list. And again, whether you like the game or not, that's not relevant here. What's relevant is that the game is doing what it's doing, and there's no denying it. Right? The game has lost a ton of players. It's currently at 26,000 people playing the game right now in a 24-hour peak. All right? This game is a far cry of what it was in terms of the player count. And you could say that it has a really strong, dedicated fan base. But I got to be real with you guys. This ain't enough. This ain't enough. If your budget is $200 to $250 million, this game sold an estimated about 1.3 million copies. You could take 1.3 million copies, right? 1.3. Let's do the math right now. 1.3. And you times that by 70%. So 910,000 copies were on PC. Estimated. So 910,000 copies times 40. That's $36.4 million. And then you got to take away 30% from Steam. That's $11 million that you take away. That means they took home about $25.5 million from Steam sales alone. So PlayStation, you could probably add another, let's say 15 million. So now you're looking at taking home 40 million. 40 million. 40. You're taking home 40 to 50 million at the most. Your budget without marketing is $200 to $250 million. So needless to say, this game is a big financial fucking hit for Sony. Now, obviously, Sony is very rich, so maybe they don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, this game is not even anywhere close to breaking even just on the sales. And keep in mind, every single day that this game is alive, it is costing Sony money. It costs an insane amount of money to run these games. A crazy amount of money to run these games. So this game needs to have way more players than it has right now. And I got to be real with you, 26,000 concurrent players on Steam. And this is the dominant platform. This is the dominant platform. That means PlayStation has probably like 10 to 15,000 concurrent players. So now you're looking at about 40 to 50,000 concurrent players across all platforms. When on Steam alone, you were almost at 90,000 just a month ago. And now you're struggling to get 1/3 of the way there. So here's what I'm going to say. I don't think they're going to shut down Marathon, because I think what's going to happen is they love Bungie. Like Sony loves saying that they have Bungie under their wing. It's kind of similar to EA, how proud EA was of having BioWare under their wing until BioWare became a useless fucking studio. Now they don't really want to mention it. But, you know, Bungie's not quite there yet. I think that they're going to look at this and they're going to have to make a decision where they're going to have to say, okay, do we go all hands on deck and try to make a Destiny 3? Or do we go all hands on deck and keep making content for this game nonstop? I think one of the two is going to happen. because I think we're going to see layoffs. I don't think we're going to see a game shutdown. I think we're going to see layoffs. We're going to see layoffs first. They're going to try to offset some of these losses, but there's so much loss here that I don't think layoffs are going to be able to fix any of that. I really don't. And not only that, brother, the amount of cope that I'm seeing from people is through the roof. I got to show you some of these comments, because if I don't show you, you're not going to believe me. You're not going to believe me unless I show you. I saw a comment here. I saw, look, it only made 50 million, bro. We're never getting Destiny 3. And again, people are doing math and they're not even taking out Steam's cut. Could have made a Destiny game. Oh, well. You see what I'm saying? Like, even the Bungie fans were playing Marathon because they wanted to have a Destiny 3 experience. They didn't actually want Marathon. They thought if they played Marathon that they would get to feel like a Destiny 3 type experience, but that's not going to happen. It's interesting how polarizing the game is. You can see it in the replies. People either absolutely love it or hate it. Having never played it, I really don't understand the crazy hate. I don't know. It looks fine to me. Just not my thing. People hate the game because they're tired of live service games. People also hate the game because Bungie's a piece of shit company that stole art from a lot of people, and they keep getting caught doing that shit and then gaslighting people and saying that it's not happening, but we all know that it is. But really, it's live service. People are sick and tired of live service games. And like a lot of these Bungie fans, they're realizing that these live service games, they're taking money and they're taking time and they're taking budgets away from single player video games or video games like Destiny that is a live service game, but in a different fashion, something that people actually want to play, you know, with raids and PvE content, group content, all that stuff, not these sweaty fucking live service games, extraction shooters. You know, there's already enough games like that on the market. People are tired of them. They don't want it. And all you did was give something that people they're already tired of it. You were really late to the game. You know? Damn, that's rough. The game is actually good as fuck. Now, keep in mind, guys, check out, wonder how long it'll take before it gets shut down, refunded. You're not going to get refunded. You're not going to get refunded. Layoffs incoming. PUBG is making a distraction shooter as well. Exactly, bro. Like, there is so many people making the same shit, and you're Bungie, and you can't even stand out from the crowd. Look at this. Marathon is elite, but they shouldn't have made a PC game when their primary player base is on console. Again, this thought process, brother, that their primary player base is on console, that hasn't been the case for a while. Destiny does extremely decent on PC. Like the fact, God, I think people really think that PC gaming is like for the cavemen. That console gaming has 95% of the players and PC gaming has 5%. I think people really fucking believe that, which is crazy. It's like, brother, do you realize that Steam has the biggest fucking player base out of any of the platforms? Like, in what world do you live in where you still think that PC gaming is like the 5% cavemen? What the fuck? Like, what are we doing? Now here we go. They got people saying, well, don't believe Paul Tassi, obviously. Whatever happened to Helldivers 2, bitches be getting wet now, not a single soul talking about it. I like how people jump on board of a live service game, talk about how perfect it is, and then it goes on to shitter. Well, actually, Helldivers 2 is doing pretty well because people are actually playing Helldivers 2. See, the thing is, with Helldivers 2, you don't have too many people going online hating it or defending it because people either don't care or if they do like the game, they're actually playing the game. With Marathon, people are going online trying to convince everybody else how amazing the game is and how fun it is, but they're not actually playing the game most of the time. This is the best comment. I have never seen cope like this. And if I didn't show you this, I feel like nobody would believe me. But this person said, just because it has that budget doesn't mean that they used it. People are crazy. Bro, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, sincerely, are you okay? I have never seen this level of cope in my fucking life where somebody's like, well, it doesn't mean they used the whole 200 million, so they got plenty of money in reserve, man. They're going to keep this game alive with all the money. They got 50 million in the bank right now. Just, bro, let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it go, my guy. I'm gonna play it. Just let it go, brother. Let it go. I have never seen this level of cope for anything, and we've lived through Veilguard, we've lived through Concord, we lived through Skull and Bones, we lived through Star Wars Outlaws, we lived through all kinds of fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't even have this level of cope. Assassin's Creed Shadows, bro. Not even the Yasuke defenders were coping like this. This is definitely next level cope, and I was so shocked by this that I had to show you because nobody would have believed me otherwise. I mean, the game is not doing that good and is dropping numbers. I'll imagine a bit more knowing it Bungie. Yeah, it's definitely more. They would never get this money back at this rate. This is counting the first few DLC too. What the fuck did they do with it? Well, the funny thing is these reported budgets, just like with movies, they never include what they fixed after the fact, right? So this $200 million, $250 million budget, this is the budget for Marathon before the drama, before the backlash, before any of that. This was the budget that they had planned for the game. And it doesn't include anything they had to go back and fix, which it took almost a year. What was it, like 8 months, 9 months? It took 8-9 months. They were working on the game behind the scenes when they took it off the public face, and they decided to supposedly change it, work on it, and everything like that. So they added even more money to that. Bungie right now, we are fucked. Destiny 3, yeah. At this point, I got 70 hours. It's fun, just way too sweaty. It's having wipes will kill it. So okay, so this is what I said. This is what I said, right? I said that right now, and I'm going to go back to the numbers really quick so that we can really drive this point home. So right now, the game is struggling to maintain like right around 30K. Okay, like it's really under 30K at this point, severely, and it's holding, it's trying to hold on. But I'm telling you right now, these Bungie fanboys that are playing Marathon that have never played an extraction shooter before, these Destiny 2 players that left Destiny 2 to go play Marathon because it's the newest Bungie thing, everything is fine and dandy right now. Everything is great for them right now because they don't actually understand what is coming their way. They don't have a clue, right? They don't have a fucking clue. They don't realize that a server wipe and a loot wipe is going to come, and it's going to happen. And the moment these Bungie Destiny fanboys lose all of their gear, lose all of their items because they got wiped, that's when you're going to see a massive drop off. If I had to guess, the moment that happens, that's when you're going to see whatever remaining players are playing this game. You're going to see such a massive drop off from the wipe, because you guys know how hard it is to collect really good items in extraction shooters, how hard it is, how long it takes for you to collect items and basically hoard your loot and stuff like that. It is going to tank so hard after that first wipe. It's going to be unrecognizable. It really is. In terms of Destiny, I think it finally got its players back a little bit. Oh shit, never mind. Damn, people left for Marathon and they're like, you know what? We don't want to come back to Destiny either. Oof. Shit. Never mind. Hackers will kill this game. Well, I mean, apparently it's got a really bad cheating problem too. Marathon's got a really bad cheating problem. We covered that the other day. It's not good, man. You know, if you are Bungie right now and you realize that your player base is fucking dwindling, you better act fast. You don't have much time to waste. You need to get together. You need to be crunching. You need to do something. Because if you don't figure this out soon, it's not going to end well for Marathon. It really isn't. And the people out there that were attacking everybody who had criticisms of Marathon and stuff, I wonder if they're looking at this and asking where everybody's going. Because again, if you go online and you go on Twitter, the story right now is the game's amazing and everybody's loving it. Well, if that's the case, why are you losing thousands of people every week? Why is that? You can't say you're done with the content. Still brand new content. It's an extraction shooter. There's always more to do. So why are you losing thousands of people every single week? What's going on here? You know? And it's even funnier because now with the revelation that they're under 30,000 on Steam and with the revelation that the game costs $200+ million to make, they're very quiet now. They're extremely quiet. I'm not really seeing too many people talk about this anymore. I don't see the fanboys really going crazy anymore. They're awfully quiet, right? But listen, like I said, hopefully they're having fun with the game. I really do want them to have fun with the game. That's not a joke. I'm not being facetious. Like I really hope that they're having fun with the game. And I hope that they and others are supporting the game enough because again, this game, it needs the help. It needs the microtransaction money. Bro, if you got whales, you better summon them right now because this game is in trouble. This game is in trouble. And yes, I agree. The honeymoon phase is over. And didn't I say, I could have sworn I said in the stream, maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn I said once the honeymoon phase is over after the first 30 days, we're going to see what really happens with this game. I don't know if I said 30 days or 90 days. I might have said 90 days because I thought the Bungie fanboys would have lasted longer than a month, but I guess I was wrong about that. But I do remember talking about the honeymoon phase. And when that's over, that's when we're really going to see the truth about this game. And that's exactly where we are right now. That is literally where we're at right now. So we are past the honeymoon phase. It didn't last as long as I thought it was going to last. And I think that with the news of the budget and how much this game is failing, I think that it's probably going to dissuade people from investing more time into this game. They're probably going to move on because the truth is that live service video games live and die based off how popular they seem to be. And if people think that the game is going to be around for a long time, then they will invest their time into it. But if they feel like the game is going to shut down, in a couple of months, then they're probably not going to want to invest their time into it anymore. So we will see what happens with this game. And like I told you guys from the beginning, Marathon was not going to be a Concord flop. Marathon was going to be a very slow death. I knew it was going to die. It just had to be a very slow death because those Bungie fanboys, they were going to give the initial impression that the game was going to be successful. But they check out really fast. They check out really, really quick. Whether they want to admit it or not, they do. It's the proof is in the pudding. They do. They check out really fast. So we'll see what happens. But I would not be surprised if announcements of either a leadership shakeup, executive layoffs, developer layoffs, something along those lines within the next month or two. That's what's going to happen within the next month or two. It's fucking sad, man. It's sad, but this is where we're at. So you could have had Destiny 3. I'm sorry, Bungie fans. You could have had Destiny 3, but Bungie had other ideas. They're like, hey, we could definitely get in on this extraction thing. I know we're 5 to 10 years behind the ball, but hey, we could do it. We could definitely do it. And we'll do it while making everything ugly. Because that's going to sell the game. Yeah. Yeah, let's take something that people already are tired of, and then let's make it ugly. And that's going to sell. Fucking idiots. Anyway.